I want to kind of piggyback off the last couple episodes. We've been talking about culture. And just the importance of it. And Pastor Jonathan Wilson on the last episode
that was amazing.
Was really great on just what develops culture.
Right.
And so a couple questions. The first one I want to ask is, Pastor Jonathan Wilson talked last week about language and its role in culture. What do you think are some tips that you could give leaders on communicating culture, right? A lot of times we hear the phrase, culture is both taught and caught. So the catching maybe happens naturally, but what are some things you can intentionally say in your communication that help develop culture? Does that question make sense? Like, what are some communication tips when communicating about the culture?
That's a great question. I might answer it differently than, I think like for example, on Sundays.
Yeah.
When we are making announcements or when we're taking the offering on the stage, it's a great opportunity to insert cultural identities.
Yep.
It's a great opportunity to take a value, one of your values, and say, here at the Life Church, we value, and we have 10 values, and each of them have a statement, right?
Right.
We make room for new people, so we talk about, hospitality is really what that is, and so I think sometimes, you don't realize it, but in your just normal communication, you're reinforcing culture.
True.
Sometimes I'll welcome people to church and I say, I hope somebody smiled at you in the parking lot and hope somebody gave you a good firm handshake. What am I doing? I'm encouraging all of our greeters, make sure you smile at people and give everybody a good firm handshake. I'm just, addressing it in a different way. How would you answer that?
I think I'm more, at least where I'm at in my leadership right now is like correcting language. So I'm always trying to listen for organizational accents. So you ever read that Old Testament story about the people that they would try to find out if they were from the enemy tribe, if they could say Shibboleth?
Right.
And if they couldn't say Shibboleth and they said Sibboleth, like
right.
Sibboleth.
You could tell where they were from.
I'm always trying to figure out where does the language of our teams and the people sound off. Like, that's because accents always show who people are aligned with or if they're aligned with their own thing. Like, for instance, when we became the Life Church, at Authentic Church, we used to call our services gatherings, but now we call them services, right? So I used to notice that there were people that were trying to hold on to an old form of language. Even though they knew it was like service now, they liked the idea. So it was like always constantly just checking if there's organizational access to make sure that we're aligned.